Hi, I'm Bruno and this is the Creative 30. We're here today to talk to product designer Max Lamb. Max uses a variety of unusual materials and industrial processes to create one-off pieces of furniture. We've come to his studio to see some of his work. When was the first time you became sort of interested in making stuff? Yeah.
Well, I guess when I was on the beach in Cornwall making sandcastles. That's where I grew up. I grew up on the beach. I was on the beach at 2 days old, apparently. The same beach that I made these pieces.
How does the process of making one of these, what's the first stage?
I turn up to the beach with ingots of pewter and a camping stove and saucepans and a knife and a ruler and basically just like really kind of simple implements. And I dig a trench, put the camping stove in, start melting down the pewter in a saucepan. With a knife, I start sketching the pattern on the top surface. So this pattern, if you imagine this being the top surface of the beach, the level of the beach, everything below this level is under the sand. And then just kind of remove, slice and kind of remove pieces of sand. So you get this kind of, the triangular section, and then I literally kind of pour in the pewter. That's what it starts off as, and melt that down in the pan and pour into the mould. And then once about 20 minutes, depending on what time of year I do it. In the winter it cools down really quickly, but about 20 minutes, and then I literally dig away the sand, just kind of pull it all away, kind of like digging, and out comes the stool. Actually, I had no preconceived ideas or no preconceived sketch or plan of what I was going to make. I do different projects. Certain ones really come about through experimentation and process. Other projects are really a kind of much more kind of industrial design experiment where I'm, it involves a lot of drawing, sketching, making three-dimensional models, just scale models. But those are the projects where I really am working directly with an industry. So, for example, I've got the sheet steel chair. I call it the sheet steel chair, which is actually just over there. What I wanted to kind of achieve here was a chair that actually was made out of solid metal, but actually has kind of flex and comfort. To achieve this, it was a case of working with a laser cutting company. Once it's been laser cut, it comes out of the full sheet. And with all these kind of lozenge-shaped details here, it allows me to fold it all by hand. So I receive the template, or the pattern, if you like, the origami pattern, and these cuts here allow me to fold it all by hand. I would say I always take, the majority of my inspiration does come from industrial materials and objects, but due to the way that I'm making them, using those materials and applying them to my own work, I guess you could say I'm using them in quite an organic way. There's nothing kind of that controlling about the way that I do it. I just let the materials do what they want to do. And just trying to steer them in the right direction. For me, that's the fun, is kind of working with these tools and seeing how I can change a material from a raw material into a functioning object.